Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Abad. You're back here once again. Before I get started, like always, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful lit. Yeah, man, the Olympics. We got to talk about the Olympics. I watch the Olympics, every time they come around, and the Olympics always shows, that our people are very dominant, in sports. But this year, it was very clear and evident who the Israelites on planet Earth are, right? This photo I have up as the background of this video, this is a race that's going on. Well, it's supposed to be a race. And as you can see, you can only see one person in this frame. This is the last leg of a 4x400 relay for the women's track team. This is the Americans out front, and she's about to cross the finish line. Like, she's literally about to cross the finish line at this point. And you see absolutely nobody in this frame in second place. Absolutely nobody, right? That's the distance that was set between her and the rest of the other nations. Now, one thing that I noticed also in this Olympics, our people, the so-called African Americans, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. And a lot of us, we're over here in America, enduring our captivity. But we're also spread throughout the four corners of the earth, like the scriptures say, all right? All the Israelites have been spread throughout the four corners of the earth due to the diaspora, all right? The dispersion after 70 AD when Rome came and sacked Jerusalem. And through previous captivities, we've been dispersed. But so not all of us over here in America. And one thing that I noticed is, if it wasn't the Israelites that were playing for America, it was the Israelites that were either playing for Ireland, England, Germany, right? You name it. Like, for instance, Simone Biles, which, she would be considered a so-called African American, but from the tribe of Judah, of the nation of Israel. She's considered the greatest Olympic gymnast of all time. She got all the medals, right? But even the events that she didn't win this year at the Olympics, she lost to a Jake from Brazil, right? I believe she lost the individual certain individual events. She came in second place to her. So even though she lost, she didn't lose to an Edomite, a so-called white person. She didn't lose to a Moabite, a so-called Chinese person. She didn't lose to an Ishmaelite, all right, a so-called Iranian person. She didn't lose to an Elamite, a so-called East Indian person. She didn't lose to a Japhite, a so-called person of the islands, all right. Those islands where you say, the Samoans and the Japhetic people are strong. Well, look, our people were dominating everything, every event, even fencing. I seen last night, the fencing thing where they have with the event they have with the real thin swords. It was a Jake that won. It was a Jake female that won. Like, anything we put our mind to, we dominate. All right, and this is part of the reason why. Why they hate us so much. All right, you look at the men's basketball Olympic situation, where Stephen Curry was just out there shooting like a fucking created player. The last shot, the last 3-pointer he shot, there's a still frame where you could see LeBron and KD wide open. All right. LeBron was open at the corner of the 3-point line, and KD was open at the top of the 3-point line. And Curry shoots a wild shot with two dudes on him, clutch shot with two dudes mauling him, and it straight goes in, swishes. And he knew it was going to go in. Why? Because he's an Israelite, and that's the sport he dominates in. These other nations can't even dream to do the things that we do in the flesh. And we are in a very low estate. The scriptures speak about how we've been brought down to a very low estate. Over here in Psalms, which we brought this out at camp, but I love this scripture. It's a reminder to put things in its proper perspective of who we are. This is Psalms chapter 82. And let's begin at verse, let's start at verse 6. It says, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. Who are the children of the Most High? The children of Israel, the nation that was selected to have the inheritance to be gods. All right, the promise of inheritance. All the nations of the earth had got blessings from the Most High, but only one nation got the inheritance to be immortals, to rule on the earth, to have a kingdom forever, ruled in righteousness. And that's the Israelites, through the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It says, I have said ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. And the scriptures speak about how we shall die like men and be in chains of darkness. And these fleshly bodies that we inhabit right now, they're known as chains of darkness. They get very weak, all right? When you get up in age, they get fragile, all right? Your bones get weak. You deal with certain illnesses and sicknesses, all right? One day you may have a headache. One day your stomach might be upset, right? You may be sore. You can get easily injured in these bodies. But even though we in these weak, fragile bodies, as the Israelites, you can still determine who the Israelites are, because we're still far superior in our lowest state compared to any other nation, right? Even in this year's Olympics, they had breakdancing. Breakdancing was one of the sports. And of course, Jake was dominating that, but they said that they're not going to do it no more in the next Olympics because you had Edomites out there looking goofy as hell, man. You had the other nations looking goofy as hell, and it didn't represent what that culture was really about very well. And that's what happens when you get all the nations involved in, certain events, because let's just be honest, the other nations, they've been making progress, right? Because technology has advanced, all right? Information is widely available on how they can get better, all right, athletically and get better in certain events and certain sports. So they've been progressing, but they're still far, far behind of what the Israelites are capable of doing, especially when the Israelites put their mind to something, right? And mind you, the Israelites are not even together right now. We're still divided. A lot of us are still lost as a nation of people. We're just coming together and fighting for the countries that we're enslaved under, right? Like you got these lost Israelites who's representing America. You got these lost Israelites who's representing Jamaica, all right? Lost Israelites who's representing Ireland and France. Like the race with the 100 meter I saw with Sha'Carri Richardson, all right? The popular 100 meter runner over here in America. She lost to a Jake from St. Lucia. And that, I believe that was St. Lucia's first time winning an Olympic gold medal, right? So the fastest woman that America sent was an Israelite, and she was supposed to win it, but the only person that could beat her was an Israelite from a small island of St. Lucia. And they won their first medal, man, right? And then you had the women's 100 meter hurdles, where it was just the women going at it again. It was so close, but you had a Jake from America. She won, And then the Jake from France, she came in second place, and it was so close. All right, it was so close. But then you had certain events that weren't fucking close, like this thumbnail that I showed you. There's another race. This woman, her name is Sydney McLaughlin. She does the I think it's the 400-meter hurdles, and she dominates every year. But this year she did a new world record, but it wasn't even. I could make a still frame of her, uh, of nobody behind her while she's crossing. You know what I'm saying, the finish line. But that just goes to show you how great the Israelites are, man. Even within our lower state in the flesh. That's why the scriptures say this over here in Sirach. It says, Sirach chapter 2, verse 4, it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So we just have to endure and be patient while we're in this lower state that the Lord has cast us down into. All right, because we know that we're gods, we know that we're children of the Most High, but we also have to realize and accept the fact and overcome and endure the fact that we are going through punishment, and we have to deal with it. And we have to deal with it the right way, the way that our Father wants us to deal with it, all right? And tells us how we should deal with it, all right? By coming back to serving Him, obeying Him in truth and sincerity. But we are in a lower state, and we have fallen from our great stature that we once was at, you know? And, we can stay in the book of Apocrypha, but, when you go over to the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 5, this is what the Spirit tells us in verse 54. It says, consider thou therefore also how that ye are less of stature than those that were before you. So the men of old, the men of ancient, they were way bigger, way stronger, way wiser, right, than how we are now, because, we eat food that diminishes our testosterone, diminishes our masculinity. We're in an environment that diminishes our masculinity, our testosterone, our health, our mental health, our bodily health, spiritual health. We live in these crumped up cities. We're not out in nature. We're constantly surrounded by technology and certain frequencies and electronic waves that, throw off our body, our natural body's functioning, abilities. So we have a lot of things that work adversely against us with the natural course of how we're supposed to be brought up. All right, you got babies on Similac, right? Women are too weak to breastfeed, so your baby are drinking chemical milk, and from that point on, you're eating straight bullshit. From the moment you come out your mother's womb, you're not receiving no nutrients from the fruit, the vegetables. It's in its full strength, because even the scriptures tell you how even the earth has lost its strength and is not producing the mightily fruit and vegetables that it once used to. And part of that has to do with the devil, the so-called white man, whose biblical nationality is Esau, ruling the earth, and how he deals with the earth and what he's putting in the earth, and the fact that he poisons the food on purpose, right? You got all these water bottle company brands, and majority of them don't do shit for you. Water is supposed to replenish you and put minerals in your body. This water does absolutely nothing for you. You have to, if you want real water that'll do something for you, you gotta pay some extra dollars. And really, back in the ancient time, you would just go to a well, get that natural spring water, pull it on up. All right, you wouldn't have to deal with, is this alkaline enough? What's the pH in this? Does this have natural minerals? Is this natural spring water? You wouldn't have to deal with all that. But because the son of perdition, the devil is ruling, the man of destruction is ruling this society, you have to be aware and circumspect of these things, man. And that all these things have attacked our natural construct of how we are. All right, even dealing with men's body anatomy, your private part. A lot of men have, erectile dysfunction or weak down there, all right? We didn't have to deal with this type of shit back in the ancient world, man. You got men that's young, that ain't strong down there, that can't, handle their business like they would like to. They may not be big enough as they would like to be, strong enough as they like to be, and a lot of that is part of the curses also too. Everything goes back to the curses. But the point of that scripture is, we are less of the men that we used to be in the ancient world. Just to give a little bit more clarification on that, let's go to our forefather, some history on our forefather, King David, and it speaks about some of his athletic abilities, right? And we already know the mighty men that David had in his army, right? That was around him, that was surrounded by him. But this is Psalm chapter 18, verse 29. David says this: "For by thee I have run through a troop." Takes a strong man to run through a troop, a very strong, in shape, gifted man to run through a troop. It says, "And by my power I have leaped over a wall." Leaped over a wall. All right, so when you see Jake doing these hurdles, that's just a little representation, and they're doing it at a fast rate, at a fast speed, or you see them dominating these athletic events, or you see Jake jumping high from the free throw line in basketball, or doing these wild dunks where they're doing a 360, a 720 between the legs. Well, David, this is part of our history, having these athletic abilities, right? It's nothing new. And even though this is talking about like a real tall, wall, a wall that has a very significant height, you'll see Jake today. They running and they'll just leap over, a gate, or leap over a high gate, climb up and just jump over and land square on their feet. We are the Hebrew Israelites, man, and I just wanted to do a video on touching on these Olympics, because when if you haven't checked it out, you should check it out, because it shows how dominant the Israelites truly are within the flesh. And this is why the nations hate us, because don't think the nations aren't watching this. They'll watch it for entertainment, but in the back of their mind, don't think they're not saying, man, these niggas, they got us fucking beat and everything. And they envy that. Scriptures speak about how they envy us. All right, and it all goes back to us having the promise and the blessing and the inheritance. All right, Esau said, "I'll slay Jacob," and then Esau been trying to slay us ever since we got that inheritance. So, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Until the next time, I say shalom.